Hey, how's it going, you guys? My name's Antuan Ebanks. I like to record synastry videos. And this is an invitation to my mind when getting to know all people. I do my best to learn about all people this way. Because the last thing I want to do is get disappointed by an expression that I didn't expect from someone. So that's really relevant for me. And by the way, thank you, Coly, for hitting me up in my PMs, for DMing me to break down your birth chart. I'm really happy because it's really cool. Because we haven't really got to know each other yet. I'm not really sure. So it's really nice and refreshing to be able to learn about you in this light. So super 1,000 thank yous. And we're gonna get into your birth chart, and I'm gonna do synastry astrology so that I can learn more about my wife's birth chart. So we're gonna include my wife and you and me as well, so we can get some dimensions into learning about perspectives and communications. Okay, so right off the bat, our suns are, you guys are Taurus and mine's a Scorpio. So that's cool. Taurus and Scorpio and Taurus have a tendency to be able to communicate well with each other. There's usually no inconsistencies, which is cool. Mine and Jazz's moon are in Leo, and Coly, yours is in Aquarius, which is cool also because Leo's actually the opposite sign from Aquarius, so opposites tend to attract each other. So, you know, ideas happen to be just significantly queued up really well in that sense, which would explain the DM, you know. I'm just saying, which is cool. Very good. Mercury, you and Jazz have Taurus and Mercury. My Mercury is in Libra. So you guys have this really good communication, stable communication. But when I jump into that communication field with you guys, it's kind of like, dude, why are you here? Because it's just me talking about myself and others, and it's my mind, my analytical mind, looking at birth charts. Doesn't really fit very well with someone who's grounded and grateful and stable and doesn't want anything to affect them. So they stay stable and structured. So they're focused on structure. You guys are focused on that structure, that hardcore structure. And I'm focused on deterring any negative thoughts. And those don't necessarily match. Okay? Venus. So my wife, Jazz's, her Venus is in Pisces. And Coly, yours is in Taurus. So Jazz has a tendency, no one in the other room, she has a tendency to be more esoteric and spiritual and super out there kind of vibes, which is cool. And your vibes are more here, holding everything together. So that whole out there vibe, it doesn't really affect you, but it's like your friend, because it's like, you know, ocean, you have Pisces in the ocean, then you have the earth and the Taurus holding that stability mindset, and then you have the Piscean energy just flowing around that mindset and creating legibility, pen to paper type of vibe. And then my Libra Venus is more out there, emotionally, physically, mentally. You could say not really affecting you guys so much, but possibly inspiring, but not necessarily affecting very well. Okay. So Martian energy is fiery and aggressive. Okay. Pluto and Aries rule Mars. And you two have, Coly has Virgo and Mars, and Jasmine has Pisces in Mars. So my Mars in Aries is really going to kind of be in its own light, and you guys' Marses can actually communicate with each other, versus my Mars is going to be more out there communicating that I'm not afraid of things vibe, and you guys' vibes are going to be more creating an esoteric circle ball of water energy, thought, form, emotional energy, which you guys can manifest through, which is really cool. Jupiter. Jazz's Jupiter is in Cancer. My Jupiter is in Aquarius. Coly, your Jupiter's in Aquarius. Mine is in Gemini, and Jazz's is in Cancer. So Jupiter is a planet of growth. So we have a planet of growth associating with Cancer. Cancer is a nurturing sign. It's represented by, it holds the moon's energy. So it's the moon and the sun, right? You have the sun shining on the moon, and then the moon reflects that light onto the earth, because it has a nurturing energy, inevitably. So that's what happens with the moon, and Cancer, being moon ruled, is going to reflect whatever it gets from other people. And I have Gemini Jupiter, and you have Aquarius Jupiter. So when it comes to being a good worker, having a good mentality, being able to cut through the crowd, that's your vibe. Aquarius has a vibe where they can cut through the crowd and find exactly what the purpose is, why things are the way they need to be, and how they need to stay and stuff. And then my Jupiter is in Gemini, so I get to break down to everyone why things have to be the way that they are, so that we can all thrive. So we kind of share the same light in there. And then Saturn, Jazz's Saturn's in Capricorn, and Coly, your Saturn's in Aries, and my Saturn's in Sagittarius. So Saturn Capricorn is more stuck at their desk, working really super duper hard, getting everything done that nobody even thinks about until they need it. And then it's there, and it's like, oh, okay, you did it, thank you. You're so awesome, okay? Vibe. And then Saturn in Aries is like, okay, so let's try these 20 things right now. And then you go and do all 20 of those things. And then everyone gets inspired to do all those 20 things. And then things start to come into fruition, okay? My Saturn in Sagittarius would be the assigner for everyone working in that 20 group, okay? So I'd be like, okay, you do this, and you're going to finish it and go all the way. Because Aries has a tendency not to finish things, but they will start a bunch of stuff. So you started this stuff. So now I get to go behind you and structure it so that everything works and doesn't fall apart eventually. So that's what Saturn and Sag does, okay? Associated with Aries and Saturn. So I hope I broke down all the planets well enough for you to understand them. And definitely check out the other videos I have. Check out me on Instagram. PM me your birthday and year, and I'll bust out a birth synastry astrology for you and whoever else you want. But I'm obviously gonna put myself in there because I'm talking about it, and it's kind of evident that you learn from the person that's talking to you about something. It makes it more easy to digest, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. PM me. Thank you so much, and blessings. You guys are awesome. We can change the world one opinion at a time. And I strongly suggest doing your research. I love you all, and blessings.